May the peace of the risen Christ be with you. I want to return to an image of a journey as a source of hope. Hope, as St. Paul reminds us, is for what we do not see. For instance, Moses and the people of Israel, when they were wandering and making their way through the wilderness, they hoped that they would arrive at the promised land. And when they did, their hope was fulfilled. Hope is for what we believe is out there, and yet we cannot see it. You and I hope for a better world. And generally speaking, we could say that we want to understand the forces of nature in a better way, so that we might live in greater harmony with this world of ours. Wouldn't it be wonderful, for instance, if we could understand tornadoes even better than what we do now, in order to minimize the loss of life and property damage? And wouldn't it be wonderful if we could come to recognize and appreciate the differences and the gifts of each single person of every race, so that we might come to live in peace and harmony with them and become a better human family. We as Americans know very well that we have much to do in order to recognize and truly honor our Native American brothers and sisters, and especially our African American brothers and sisters. But now is the time to act. You know, when people set out to climb Mount Everest, they're very intentional and deliberate about packing what they take with them. We should be, as members of the Church, as focused, intentional, and deliberate about what we do. Our actions need to reflect our words, and our words be in harmony with our actions. One of the things that you and I believe as followers of Jesus Christ in the Catholic Church is that the Eucharist is the source and summit of the Christian life. What are we trying to say there? Well, certainly part of it is that in the Eucharist, we make an offering of ourselves to God, as Jesus did on the cross. The cross, planted in the earth and yet rising to the sky, points to the reconciliation of heaven and earth. The open arms of Jesus are there to welcome all people. How are our words and our actions reconciling our relationship with all people, with heaven and earth? At the end of our life, on our deathbed, I'm a person who hopes to be able to say, Father, into your hands I entrust my life. It is an acknowledgement that life is God's gift to me, and that what I do with my life is my gift back to God. To ensure that this hope will be fulfilled, I can say that prayer each day. Father, into your hands I entrust my life. Doing so makes that ultimate goal, that ultimate hope, clear, and acts as a touchstone for everything else. Let us pray. Risen Lord, you once walked with your disciples on the road to Emmaus. Sometimes, like them, we feel overwhelmed and discouraged by all that is happening. But you open their hearts by reminding them of the great stories of the Bible, stories in which God interacted with his people to bring them to new life. Open our hearts now. Help us to see with the eyes of faith that you are with us on our journey of life, and that you will show us the way to true life. Nourish us with your presence in your holy word and in your beloved community. Help us to continue to long for the Eucharist so that we might experience a preview of what you want for all time. Renew and strengthen us so that we may share with our brothers and sisters the good news that you have come to bring us, your message of peace, joy, love, and life. Have a blessed day.